Hi there, this is Chris from Stubbs Aquatics. In this episode, we're going to be looking at lighting. Now, as you might know, I have two Oasis ponds. When I say Oasis, I mean somewhere I can hang out during the winter, or summer for that matter, and just be totally relaxed. I can tell you right now that all my plants, my fish tanks, are looked after by Glowrium Lighting because I trust them. They make great quality products and they've been around for decades. So I've invited my buddy Jim over here because he's a professional gardener and he keeps multiple plants, especially over the winter, under different types of lights. And I think he's been kind of envious of the plants that are doing amazing and are flowering that he's never had them flower, whether it was in the summer or, in this case, the winter under Glowrium lights. So, with that being said, we're going to bring Jim right in on this.
Hello, Stubbs, and all your followers. Chris actually asked me over here today to talk about plants, and then asked me if I would actually talk about the Glowrium G2 Pro. And I thought, okay, technical aspects, I don't really retain too much of that. Chris can fill you in on that. But I will tell you, as far as the appearance goes of this fixture, it's awesome. I think it looks really sleek. The light is very uniform across the foliage. It is quite versatile as well. Let me get started. There is a base plate on this light. You probably can't see it way down there. You might be able to get a glimpse of it. It's big enough that your pot can actually sit on it, and that gives it some stability, which I like. It's not going to tip over on you. There are 3 pole sections plus a short one. You probably can't see that line there where they screw together. I don't know if I can open that up or not, but there's a short one there. What I like about that is, you go out and buy yourself a new palm or a ficus or rubber plant, something that's going to grow tall over time. You can start off with the heads, the light, way down low.
At about 30.8 inches, I think.
30, okay, yeah. So it's good and close to your plant. And as the plant grows, you can add sections and raise it up. Also, it has awesome goosenecks on it. So you can adjust the height even more by just adjusting that gooseneck there.
And that's full spectrum.
Yep. What this one is set for now is there's 3 different lighting modes. This one is on vegetative. So basically, it's the light spectrum that is best suited for foliage. And you can see on Chris's palm here, they just love it. The color is great. The leaves are healthy. That is like I say, the vegetative mode. They also have seedling mode, which is great if you're into doing, veggie seeds, starting them off in the winter, that sort of thing, or any like bedding plant seeds.
That's pretty popular here in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
And in northern states.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of us, and even in the UK. I mean, they'll start off a lot of veggies indoors, just get a head start on the season. It has a seedling setting, which provides more of the blue light in the spectrum, which promotes healthier root growth at that stage.
Yep.
Then you can switch it over to vegetative, which is going to help the foliage develop and not stretch for light and really reach out.
So it's not leggy.
So the plants don't end up leggy. There's also, we'll talk about this a bit more later, there's also a flowering mode, which
sorry.
What's that about? You're thinking of a particular bird of paradise, are you?
Maybe.
So anyway, there's the 3 modes, which is great. It also has a timer.
You can set it for 3, 9, 12, and 16 hours.
On-off switch, of course. Everything's got to have an on-off switch. And then there's a dimmer. So this you can dim in stages of 10%, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, or 100.
Right.
Or if you just hold the dim button down, it will gradually dim. There we go. Or it will go back up again. So you're not stuck to like 10, 20, 40, 60 or
So
whatever. You can get something in between there.
Basically, you can make it whatever you want it to.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I set this up. It was a breeze. The controller on that. You you don't need instructions.
No.
You can do that on your own.
And the thing too is it's so versatile. You can direct that light anywhere you want.
Well, it gives you a full 360 on that, and then some.
I mean, look at the difference there. I bring it down, everything's a lot brighter down here.
Live.
So let's take a look at some of the plants that Chris has growing under these particular Glowrium lights. Like I said, this is the G2. The other side is the G5.
And I noticed the G2 is much bigger than the G5.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Kind of like us. And you've also got this one here on the floor, and I can't remember that one.
That's a G3.
G3. That one is really cool. I like that. Anyhow, Ficus elastica, I believe, rubber plant.
And that's going to get really tall, right?
This has been down here, if I remember correctly, for 2 years now. But, I just gave Chris this. It's a desert rose. He bugged me all summer for one. I've got several at home. And I finally caved, and I gave him one for his anniversary. And I figured, you got happy wife, happy life. You got a happy husband. I haven't figured that out yet. Anyway,
you got a happy stub.
Yep. So anyway, I just handed that off to Chris. We just repotted it recently. It's currently just getting settled into its new pot. So it's under these lights, which are set to foliage. As
now,
we mentioned,
will they bloom in the winter?
They typically go dormant in the winter. So I have not tried to keep one going all winter. I just let it go.
I'm really anxious to see how it does over winter.
It really does need a rest period. It puts a lot of energy into flowers in the summer. So it'll be interesting to see what this does. Let Chris experiment with it, and we'll see. We're actually going to move it from here to the other side where he's got the G5, because those are set on flowering. That particular light fixture is set on flowering.
And this one is vegetative, which is growth, right?
Yeah. So we're going to switch these, and we'll see if we can get it to flower over the winter. If not, we'll just let it do its thing.
Now, with my palm trees here,
the one that I keep playing with here,
yeah, I mean
they're fantastic.
They're green, they're lush.
They are very green, nice foliage. This one in front here, you can see it's going to flower. And I was saying to Chris, just cut it off.
Yeah, that's flowered a few times.
It's you don't need to waste the energy on flower. They're very insignificant. This one over here, way down. Oh, I just noticed another one. Nope, that's a piece of fertilizer. You can see way down here, there's a new shoot coming out.
So you get a pup coming up.
A new growth right out of the center, which is great. That'll come up and fill up the center of the plant.
That tells you your plant's good and healthy, right?
And this one, I believe you said, has been down here for a couple of years under Glowrium lights. This has not gone outside at all.
That one has never been outside.
It's very healthy. These lights are doing a great job. And you don't feed them much. I know you feed them, you water them with pond water.
Yep.
Which is great. And you don't really use any other fertilizers typically, or like on a regular basis anyway.
Minimal.
Yep.
I mean, they will get a bit of fertilizer once or twice a year at max.
Yep.
What I was anxious to show you, and you tell me about it, is this pineapple plant.
Yep, you've got a few pineapple plants, but it's sending out a puck right there, which is fantastic.
Which I've never seen before on a pineapple, and apparently it will grow faster and bigger with a pup rather than just a top off a pineapple.
Yeah, this one's doing fine. You've got the other one by your other pond in there. It's doing massive. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Anything else we have out here? Just not a whole lot. Just some typical tropical plants. In behind the pond, I don't know if you can see it. If you can get under there, Chris.
Yep.
That is a Hoya. It's a cutting. I gave that to Chris. I don't know, last summer, early summer, spring maybe.
It would have been late summer because it's never seen outside.
No, and it looks like it wants to flower. If you look at the tip, if I can reach it, right there, it looks like it wants to flower.
Yeah, that's the flower.
But I'm going to wait and see. It might just be some more leaves. The shape of it now is looking a little bit different than flowering, but it's just a little piece. It may just end up with a couple of flowers. We'll wait and see on that. That's also going to get moved underneath the G5. Like I said, it's set to flowering mode.
Yeah, and this is where I've got all my bird of paradise.
Yeah, I don't
And
want to talk about those, you know.
The bird of paradise
Yeah.
was under the G5 here
Yep.
last year.
Yep.
And
this one you just picked up.
Yeah.
This is a white bird of paradise here.
Very lush.
Yeah, and it's going to get very huge. Like, well, you can see the size of the one in there.
Yeah, I probably need a GT Pro for that one because it's going to get big.
Yep. This one here is an orange bird. I gave this to Chris, would you say 3 years ago now?
Maybe
3 summers ago.
It's seen 2 summers.
Okay, seen 2 summers here. Chris got this to flower last winter.
Yeah.
Last fall indoors.
I've never seen them flower.
Beautiful. And any of you that have watched Chris's videos for a while might have seen his video last year of this when it was a new pond, and this bird was flowering. It's an orange, or an orange bird of paradise, and you probably would have seen the flowers on it.
And it looks like it's going to flower again.
Yeah, it is. So there's one stem coming up.
And that's not going to be a leaf.
That is not a leaf. And over here, look at my other hand in here. There's the second stem, flower stem coming up.
So have you ever had one flower?
No. Now, having said that, I have tried multiple growlight bulbs. I wouldn't say I've purchased a fixture such as this, but I've had different bulbs and different fixtures and different setups. And I don't think I can quite get that light just right, especially for a flowering plant such as the bird of paradise here. I've had success with some orchids and some other plants, but they've been under different lighting that provides blue and red spectrum. But the other bulbs that I purchased just don't cut it.
So would you put it to the humidity down here with the pond?
There is that as well. You've got very high humidity down here, especially in your fish room. So because of that, you're not going to be dealing with certain pests.
Yeah.
Like spider mite.
Spider mites. Now, there's no mold or anything like that.
No.
But
no.
Would it be my lighting then?
I would say a lot of it comes down to your lighting. And to me, I've commented on this before. It's like, that's just not bright enough. But then I looked at some of the plants you've had under these lights for a couple of years, and they're doing fantastic.
Yeah, they're thriving.
So I don't think it's brightness. That's not Kelvin's. That's foot candles.
Yeah.
I believe Kelvin's is related to the spectrum.
Yeah, I think it's got to do with their red and blue lights.
Exactly. I think it has more to do with the spectrum of color than it does with the foot candles.
And
now, we'll
get to that, shortly.
Yeah, because you're going to talk about the technical aspects of these fixtures. I just don't clue into it or retain it. So I'd either read a manual, which you can do on your own. Chris can actually get into those details with you. But like I say, I think it's very sleek. It's functional. It's adjustable. And seriously, Chris's plants, especially this bird and his palm on the other side there, to me they speak volumes about the quality of this light fixture, and it's durable as well, but the functionality of it, it's very functional and adaptable to different situations.
Well, my little Oasis here, which is in my basement, is not what you'd call heated. It's kind of cool, and well, the plants are thriving. It's all Glowrium lights.
Well, even your the aquarium light here you have over the pond is also Glowrium.
Yep.
And that's providing enough light for your little piece of driftwood here. These plants that you're growing in water.
And, with your
the Hoya.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. It's just, a spot to go and hide out.
Yep.
We're in my fish room right now, and these are all growing under Glowrium lights. And, well, look at those pothos, right?
Those are huge. The leaves are massive. Even come down here, It's lost a lot of leaf, but look at the size of the stem on this thing. It's just amazing. And it looks great coming over the front of the tank too.
And then over here we have the actual G2, which is closely related to the G2 Pro.
Yep.
And got
And also make, sorry, Chris, also make note there, this one's in black.
Yep.
So it comes in white and black.
Yep. And that's another bird of paradise back there. And then another
that palm's doing really well since we
Yep.
put it in there.
Yeah, it was all brown and frayed, and
yeah,
now look at it,
looking really good.
And all the new shoots that are coming up.
Yep.
And then the plants in here have just, under this Glowrium light, and that's the moon phase light.
It's not flowering today.
No, it's nighttime,
but
and
allow me,
which you never see.
Come back here. There we are.
You never see one of those in the winter or under artificial light. That's amazing.
But this opened for you for a couple of days, did it not?
Yeah, 3-4 days.
It just wants to float around, so it's not quite right under the lights. But when it is, it opens for you.
Yeah, and the plants are doing great. And look at the size of this pineapple plant, and that too is under Glowrium light.
You're going to need to redo that.
Yeah, a little taller.
Yeah, something a little taller there. Maybe, I don't know, you can incorporate it with under some of your other Glowrium lights there, and bring something over here that's smaller again and get it going.
I think we'll do that next go round. Great manual, easy to understand. It's not huge, which sometimes complicates things. We've already gone over the controller, how easy it is to set it up, with the 3 longer ones for extensions, and then the shorter one for the actual lamps, and there's 2 of them. They're gooseneck, and they can go any direction you want. It's full spectrum, and I like how it's got the 3 modes of vegetative, seedling, and flowering. The GT Pro is 48 watts. Color is white. The beam angle is 100 degrees. The controller itself is inline control. It has 268 pieces of LED. The lifespan, or hours, is 50,000 hours. That's a long time. And the product weight is 5.9 pounds. And most of that is the base. I love how you can move around with the gooseneck lighting on that, and the spectrums. And it basically grows with your plants, which is important. The base plate is nice and sturdy, where you can put larger pots on to make sure it's secure. The power adapter is, it's great. It's going to be safe. Very easy to assemble. It'll take you virtually seconds to do that. The controller is probably the easiest of any controller I've ever used. And it's self-explanatory, on, off, which mode you want to put it in, how long you want it, whether it's the 3 hours, the 9, the 12, or the 16 hours. It's just simple to use. So I'm going to go over a couple of the spectrums with you. First, let's start with the seedling stage spectrum. This spectrum is a cooler color temperature. The spectrum contains I love how you can move around with the gooseneck lighting on that, and the spectrums, and it basically grows with your plants, which is important. The base plate is nice and sturdy, where you can put larger pots on to make sure it's secure. The power adapter is, it's great. It's going to be safe. very easy to assemble. Um, it'll take you virtually seconds to do that. The controller is probably the easiest of any controller I've ever used, and it's self-explanatory. On, off, which mode you want to put it in, how long you want it, whether it's the 3 hours, the 9, the 12, or the 16 hours. It's just simple to use. So I'm going to go over a couple of the spectrums with you. First, let's start with the seedling stage spectrum. This spectrum is a cooler color temperature. The spectrum contains a large amount of blue light. Blue light is virtually essential for root growth. The growth stage spectrum is a color temperature is 3500 Kelvin. The ratio of red and blue is 16 to 1. It's designed to provide plants with balanced and hardy growth lighting during this phase. You want your plants to grow well, but you don't want them to be leggy. And with this ratio and this lighting, they're not going to be. You've seen all my plants, none of them have that trait. It's a totally balanced ratio. And that's really important with good growth of your plants. Let's move on to the flowering stage spectrum. This spectrum is a warmer color temperature. It's designed and contains large amount of red light, which is suited for flowering stage of plants. During the flowering stage, the plant needs a little bit more nutrients. So it never hurts to give a little bit more fertilizer, or in my case, pond water. I really encourage anyone who wants to keep plants and has any of the Glowrium lights to download their free app. I find it very helpful. It tells you when to water, all the information about the plant. And you know what? If you don't know what the plant is, just take a picture and the app will tell you. I can't thank you enough for sticking around this long. I highly recommend this light being the Glowrium G2 Pro. In fact, I highly recommend any of their lights. So this may not be a total review simply because I am promoting it because it's that good. And same with all their other lights. I've had no problems. I've been running them for 3 years. No problem whatsoever. I can't say the same about other companies. I've been doing reviews of their lights. And well, I think my plants speak volumes, according to my friend Jim.
Yeah, they do.
Anyways.
Your plants are looking amazing. You haven't had them that long, a lot of them, and I think the only difference between what I'm trying to grow at home and what you're growing here is the lighting. And I think you're onto something.
Oh, I think they're on to something. I've always admired all your plants. In fact, I begged for them, and some of them are growing directly out of my aquariums with no soil. It's all nutrients from the aquariums and the power of Glowrium lights. Glowrium has been around for decades. They build nothing but lights. And I like that because so many other companies try to build too many things and, well, the quality isn't there. Here, there's quality, and, well, take a look. And some of my plants in the pond are all because of that light there, the G2 Pro by Glowrium. It gets 2 thumbs up for me. Remember, if you like this video, hit that like button. Thanks for watching. We'll see you real soon.